You know what can be really scary? Silence. When the things around you are quiet, the things inside of you, uh, they reveal themselves, don't they? Loudly. See, it's tricky because we live in a time where like there are so many ways that we can distract ourselves. We can never we can actually make it to where we don't, at least we think, that we're not feeling or thinking anything. Like we can numb ourselves to it, right? But that's the tricky part, is the stuff doesn't go away. The distractions just delay it. And then if you've spent much of your life distracting yourself, because distractions have always been around, like even back to when we were kids, right? Um, and have never really tried to feel or work through the stuff that you feel. You got a delays there, and they've been collecting and collecting, and then there's so many of them, and they're so heavy and they're so intense, but you haven't and for many, I don't think we've ever even identified them, but they just keep building and building and building, and then when they do hit us, and there's moments here and there, right? Like you've had moments of silence, moments of clarity, and it all hits you at once, and it's very intense, it's very overwhelming, or can be, and it's a lot. So distracting ourselves, whether it's with having the TV on, having an algorithm tell us what to watch or listen to. Thank you for those of you that are watching on YouTube, by the way. The algorithm thought you wanted to watch this. Here we go. Um, when everything gets quiet on the outside, it gets really loud on the inside in our heads. And as we work through things, um, that intensity, loudness, and heaviness gets quieter, but it takes time and effort to actually do it. And that's tough. And that's where the gym and therapy, right? That's what the name of this podcast is, in this video series, comes in. It's all about untangling this stuff. And I think if you're working with a therapist that's a good fit for you, again, it's not like there's only one therapist out there that is your therapy soulmate, but there are, like in any other field, there's people that, especially in a field that involves so much communication and back and forth and vulnerability and all that, like there's going to be plenty that aren't the right fit for you. There's going to be plenty that are the right fit for you. And the big thing with therapy is not just that somebody to talk to. That helps. That's like the entry point. I think the big benefit of therapy is when things start to be uncovered, when things start to be pointed out. A productive working relationship with a therapist, to me, involves them being able to mention things, call you out on things in a very disarming way to where you actually see it. Because we got a lot of stuff, each and every one of it. Like there's the distractions run deep with us. And there's actions and habits and patterns and stuff that we all do that we either aren't even aware that we're doing them, or maybe we're like, I don't want to see that, right? So that stuff's uncovered. And then I think the big part of therapy, and I think this is the huge part, it's not talked about as much, but I think if it was, I think people would have a different like just a whole different feeling, which is it's about the strategies and techniques that are put together to actually untangle the stuff that you're feeling and doing in between the sessions. So like I think therapy there's this whole thought that it's just sitting around and like talking about things and not really being action focused, but the talking is just it's just like with your workouts, right? Like you're spending just a few hours a week at the gym or whatever type of workout you're doing, but it's all the stuff that you're doing to take care of yourself in between those workouts, in addition to, that's really making the difference. That's the same thing with therapy. But yeah, it's just in a world of distraction, and those distractions are multiplying, and it's become so normal, air quotes, to just try to not feel things, to be distracted. Now some people would never say that about themselves, but like it's what we do. It's what's right there for us. And I believe when we're connected with ourselves and we are able to appreciate ourselves, and that's everything. That's it starts with who you are as a person, but then works out to your outward appearance. Um, and then we untangle this stuff that we're feeling um, mentally and emotionally. I think it just it helps us be more grounded. It helps us know who we are and what we want, which is really a big thing in life. Big thing in life is figuring out who you are and what you actually want. Otherwise, like you do all the things and you check all the boxes, and then after, you know, decades, you look back and you're like, what was I doing? Like, this is not, I did what I thought I was supposed to do. And everybody's got roles and responsibilities. But there's also things that we fall into just doing because we think by default that's what we're supposed to do. And then we look back and we're like, I don't want to do that anyway. So, you know, I didn't want to do that anyway. I would rather do this. I had to clarify what I was saying there. But you know, it's a lot to work through. But my core belief on all this stuff is that you're going to be able to do it. You are more than capable of doing it. You have all the stuff you need to start doing this stuff and untangling. Therapy helps. Um, but you can manage the loudness in your head and that you're feeling. It's going to take time. It's going to take effort, but you are worth putting that effort in. So that is what I have for you. So if you're listening on the podcast, welcome. Thank you for listening. If you like what you're hearing, go ahead and subscribe. Once you subscribe, please rate and review wherever it is that you're listening, and then share this episode with somebody that you think would like to hear it. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. Welcome. Um, if you like what you're watching, go ahead and subscribe, and share the video with somebody that you think would like to see it. And then YouTube's also recommending a video that they think you would like to watch. It's that algorithm again. So check that out, but don't spend too much time on the algorithm. Again, I want you connected with yourself, living your life, and not distracting yourself with content on the internet. I know. And this is content on the internet. Wild. So anyway, that is what I have for you. Thank you as always for listening and watching. I'll talk to you again real soon.